Hello, dear ones. The topic of our lesson today is working with pelvic asymmetries. We will align the pelvis and reduce asymmetry, ensuring proper balance and stability. We will need one soft ball and this kind of soft ball for Pilates, which is essential for the exercises. To start, simply stand with your feet at pelvis width or in a position that feels comfortable for you right now. Close your eyes and gently, slowly, and carefully scan your entire body from head to toe. Starting from your feet. Think about how you are standing right now. Notice the position of your toes, the alignment of your heels, and how your weight is distributed. Are you balanced or leaning to one side? Observe the tension in your muscles and how your posture feels overall. How do you feel the support on your right foot? Can you describe it in detail? The left foot? How does it feel in comparison? Do you stand more on one leg? We simply notice, not changing anything for now. What position are your knees in right now? Are they soft? Are they looking forward? Or perhaps maybe they are overly extended. Perhaps they are looking slightly inward, or perhaps maybe slightly outward. And in what position is your pelvis right now at this moment? Where is it currently directed? Is it clearly facing forward? Or does it feel like it is turned in some direction according to your inner sensations? Could it be tilted, one half of the pelvis higher than the other? Try to sense this with your vision. Is your pelvis positioned over your feet or shifted forward or backward in relation to your feet? How does your lower back feel right now? Is there any discomfort or pain? Also, consider the position of your rib cage. Is it aligned directly above your pelvis, or do you notice any misalignment or imbalance in your posture? Or it is shifted forward, or perhaps backward. Your shoulders. They are perfectly aligned and balanced. They are even, or they are slightly turned inward, or on the contrary, you are trying to bring the shoulder blades together. We simply notice. Without judgment, we just simply notice. How does your neck feel? And what position is your head in right now at this moment? Is it above the rib cage, clearly and precisely centered? Or is it shifted forward? Maybe it is tilted somewhere? Perhaps. Can one ear actually be closer to one shoulder than the other? Indeed. Just notice. Open your eyes. And take a deep breath. We take a soft ball, sit down comfortably, and carefully place the ball under the sacrum. Directly under the sacrum, the pelvis will be slightly tilted backward with the feet on the floor and the palms on the floor. And we begin to gently roll the sacrum, slowly and mindfully. Breathe calmly and roll the sacrum with each breath as you focus on your breathing. Your gaze is focused forward, and you push off slightly with your legs and then with your hands, rolling in the chair. We stop and lie on our backs. Now place the soft ball under your right buttock. You are literally propping up your right buttock with the ball. Your arms are at your sides and begin to slowly abduct your right knee to the side and then return it back. We gently abduct the right knee to the side and return it back. And you abduct the knee to the side, as far as your pelvis does not move and does not follow the knee. Breathe calmly. We are now separating hip movement from pelvis movement. And with the next time, we will start to abduct the right knee to the right. We begin to roll onto the right buttock. We start by moving left knee to the right while turning our gaze to the left, and we gently twist. And then we return the left half of the pelvis, the right half of the pelvis, and the right knee. And again, we start to slightly abduct the right knee. At first, just the hip. Then we start to stretch the right knee to the right. We roll onto the soft ball. With the left knee, we reach diagonally to the right and forward. We turn our gaze to the left in the opposite direction. We gently twist and then return back. I apologize, friends. I am a bit unwell. We move the right knee to the side, the left knee goes to the right, and we gently turn our gaze to the left. Very soft, smooth movements. And we return, and we will literally do it one more time. First, we abduct the hip. We roll. There may be painful sensations. Friends, if it is very painful, please just do it without the soft ball. Everything is the same, but remove the ball. We're back. Let's put the ball away. Now lie down and become aware of how your pelvis is positioned. Perhaps you already feel your right side of the pelvis differently. We will do a bridge. We sink into our feet, tilt the pelvis backward, and gently stretch behind the knees, lifting one vertebra at a time into a bridge. And also gently and smoothly lower ourselves down. Relax the pelvis, pull the floor towards us with our feet, and tilt the pelvis forward. Gently tilt the pelvis backward, and extending through the knees, lift into a bridge position up to the level between the shoulder blades. Friends, please, let's not put pressure on the neck. And gently, smoothly lower down. We have lowered down and placed the soft ball under the left buttock, under the center of the left buttock. Your pelvis ends up in a rightward rotation. Arms to the sides. We begin to move only the left knee to the left and then return it back. We move the left knee to the left, keeping the pelvis still, and then return back. And now we start to move the left knee to the left, beginning to roll onto the ball. We start to move the right knee diagonally to the left, while gently turning the head to the right. And we return the right half of the pelvis, the left half of the pelvis, and then the left thigh. And again, at the beginning, only the left thigh. We separate the movement of the thigh from the movement of the pelvis. Then we start rolling on the ball. With the right knee, we gently stretch diagonally far away to the left and turn our gaze to the right. And we smoothly return. Breathe calmly, friends. Let the breath flow freely through the body. Observe how it is easier for you to breathe when you inhale and when you exhale. Is it easier for you to twist on the exhale, or is it easier for you to twist on the inhale? Just notice. Well done. We are back. Let's put away the ball. Now feel your pelvis, how it is already lying in a completely different way. We are doing a bridge, sinking our feet, tilting the pelvis back behind the knees, gently lifting up. And smoothly, vertebra by vertebra, we lower ourselves down, pulling the floor towards us with our feet, tilting the pelvis forward, pushing the floor away with our feet, tilting the pelvis backward, and lifting into a bridge. We carefully lowered the pelvis, and now we take the ball and place the ball under the right shoulder blade. Under the right shoulder blade, and our chest will be in this turn to the left. Breathe a little in this position. It may feel very strange for you right now, but just try to relax a bit and breathe slightly deeper in this position. And start reaching to the right with the left hand. You want to touch the right hand. Your left side of the chest begins to rise, and you start to roll onto the right side of the chest, onto the area of your ball. The gaze also turns to the right along with the head, and then you gently and smoothly lower yourself and return your left hand to the starting position. And again, with the left hand, we reach to the right as if we want to touch the palm of the right hand, and the chest rolls to the right, and gently we return back. Breathe calmly, friends. Observe that we are breathing. Because the ball is placed in such a painful area where a lot of tension has accumulated, there may be uncomfortable sensations. If it is very painful, please, friends, take out the ball and do everything the same without the ball. Well done. Let's do it one more time. With the left hand, reach to the right. The knees remain in place, looking up at the ceiling. We also try to slightly slow down the pelvis. Take out the ball. Lie down and feel how you are lying now. How are you breathing right now? And we place the ball under the left shoulder blade. We have placed it. Stay here for a moment. Feel how it is on this side. And perhaps the sensations will be completely different than those on the right side. We simply notice. And we start slowly reaching to the left with the right hand. At some point, your right side of the chest begins to lift off the floor. You roll onto the ball. Your gaze turns to the left, and then you gently and smoothly lower yourself back down. And again, the right hand moves behind you, starting to pull the chest. The right side of the chest lifts up, and you roll onto the ball. The head gently rolls slowly to the left, and then you return back. Breathe calmly at your own pace. Friends, please do it. Do not try to connect with my movement. Everyone at their own pace, everyone with their own breathing. It is important that you connect movement and breathing as a whole because it is a unified entity. Breathing promotes movement and movement promotes breathing. Let's do it one more time. Well done. Take out the ball and then lie down. Feel how the sensations in the area of the pelvis and the area of the chest have changed. Let's make a bridge, sinking with our feet, tilting the pelvis back, lifting up from the knees into the bridge, and gently lowering down. Friends, do you feel your spine more connected to the pelvis right now at this very moment in time? Has there been more wholeness within you? And has there been a greater understanding of the movement of the pelvis and the movement of the chest? We smoothly lower ourselves down, rolling to the side, and then we get into a position on all fours. Place your palms under your shoulders, knees under your pelvis, stretch forward with the crown of your head, and stretch back with your extra bones. And here we rotate the left shin outward. The thigh rotates inward. And then we return back. We rotate the left shin outward and then return it back. The tip of the nose is looking down at the floor, and we are constantly reaching forward with the crown of the head. And we have rotated the left calf outward and placed the left foot on the ball of the foot. And here we start to push off with our hands and stretch back with our sitting bones, shifting the torso back and then returning to the center. We push off with our hands, shift back, and while doing so, friends, we try to maintain a neutral torso. That is, do not tuck the pelvis back, but we move back with the sitting bones, constantly lengthening and expanding them backward. And we return to the starting position. And the next time we start to shift back, we gently lift the left knee, turn the foot outward, round the back, and place the left foot on the floor in this position. Then we slowly return back. And again, we push off with our hands, placing the foot on the floor. With the foot facing outward, we round our back and return back. On the balls of the feet, the left foot. Inhale, shift back, and exhale to return to the starting position. Inhale and gently return with the exhale. Breathe calmly. We feel the movement occurring in the area of the pelvis throughout our entire spine and even beyond. We notice how the movement takes place in the left hip joint, specifically in the left hip joint, and the surrounding muscles. We are currently improving mobility there. We are currently enhancing the mobility of the entire spine in the pelvic area, entirely. We create movement. Well done. We are back. And we return the shin to its place. We shift back. We take a soft ball with us. We stop halfway. We place the ball between the thighs. We bring the left arm along the body, the right arm along the body, and here, as we sink our hips into the ball, exhaling and pushing with the shins, we direct the pubic bone towards the sternum. And we smoothly, vertebra by vertebra, grow vertically upwards. The gaze is exactly along the horizon line. On the inhale, we fold forward, opening the sit bones with our arms alongside the body. On the exhale, friends, we direct the pubic bone towards the sternum, smoothly lifting up vertebra by vertebra. Well done. On the inhale, we fold forward. And on the exhale, we dive into the ball, pushing off with our shins, without directing the pubic bone towards the chest. We continue to push off with our shins and grow vertically upwards. Let's do it one more time. Well done. Let's put the ball away and get back on all fours with our palms under our shoulders and knees under our hips. Now we will start rotating the right shin outward, while the thigh rotates inward, and then return it back. Only the right shin. The knee stays in place. The knee remains centered at all times. Only the right shin slides out and back. Slightly, gently, and slowly, out and back. And we slipped outside and placed our right foot slightly on the balls of our feet. Here we are in this position. We begin to shift back, extending our sit bones straight back, and then returning back, not diagonally, friends, but straight back. We shift back, opening the sit bones, and then return. The elbows are soft. We do not drop the head. The gaze is down, and the tip of the nose is pointing to the floor. And we observe how it is on this side. Most likely you will notice that your pelvis moves quite differently when the leg is in internal rotation on the right side. We are all asymmetrical, and that's okay, friends. There's no need to be afraid of it. We are simply trying to bring the body into balance to avoid injuries and any discomfort. And the next time we start to shift back, we turn the right foot slightly outward, place the foot gently on the floor, and we round the entire back and return. On the inhale, we open the knee outward, round the entire back, and then return back. Take a soft inhale followed by a soft exhale. Repeat this process. A gentle inhale, then a gentle exhale. Continue to breathe in softly and exhale softly, maintaining a gentle rhythm. Soft inhale, soft exhale, gentle inhale, gentle exhale. We connect with our breath, round the pelvis, and inhale into the lower back. Well done. And now we have successfully returned the shin to its original place. We remain in a stable quadruped position. Next, we take a soft ball and carefully place it between the thighs. Shift the pelvis back halfway. Move the right arm along the body and the left arm along the body. Push off with the shins, directing the foot towards the chest. And we smoothly grow vertically upwards, vertebra by vertebra. On the inhale, we gently fold forward, opening the sit bones. And on the exhale, smoothly, vertebra by vertebra, we rise to a vertical position. And when we grow into a vertical position, friends, we still press with our shins. We feel how the pelvis, rib cage, and our head align. We do not lose this axis. On the inhale, we open up. And on the exhale, we rotate the pelvis and align the pelvis, rib cage, and head. Let's do it one more time. Well done, everyone. We carefully set the ball aside and step forward with our right foot. We then create a precise 90-degree angle. And here we start to lift the right side of the pelvis, gently lowering it. Lift the right side of the pelvis, gently lower it. We lift a little, we lower a little, we lift a little, we lower a little, and we lowered ourselves so that our pelvis is approximately aligned. And now we begin to move the pubic bone back. We gently bend at the hip joints and touch the floor with our fingertips. And in this position, we begin to shift clearly forward and shift clearly backward, keeping the back straight as possible. And we are constantly stretching back through the side bones. Friends, if you feel that your back is rounding too much, please take either yoga blocks or books and lift yourself up a little bit, and then move in that position. This way, it will be more comfortable for you to maintain the neutral position of your body. We shift forward, we shift backward, and we move as if on two rails back and forth. Now we have shifted back, turned the right foot outward, and here we begin to shift forward and backward diagonally, always keeping the right foot in good contact with the floor like a suction cup. We shifted forward, turned the heel outward, and here we start to move diagonally, breathing calmly. We shifted back, turned the front part of the foot outward, and continue to move. The foot is always in good contact. We make sure that we do not twist our fingers, do not lift the pads of our fingers, and that the foot is constantly pressing into the floor. We shifted forward and moved the heel outward. And here we continue to move forward with determination and purpose. You have done an excellent job so far. Keep up the great work and stay focused. And now we gradually and gently move back, heel in slowly, just 2 to 3 times. Foot inward for better balance. You can slightly adjust the foot if you need to, if necessary, to ensure proper alignment and stability. Heel inward. And we move back along the same pathway, with the foot inward, and we ultimately return to our original starting position from which we began. We move forward and backward, and stop in the center, growing vertically upward, vertebra by vertebra. From this position, we place our left hand on the floor, with our left palm at approximately knee level. With the right hand, we start reaching towards the head and back to the pelvis, to the head and back to the pelvis. And let's make sure, friends, that our left shoulder does not roll inward or forward. It should be slightly outward, always open, and your elbow is soft. This is very important. And we are bringing the right hand towards the head, towards the pelvis. And you feel how the entire right side begins to elongate as your hand moves towards your head. Breathe calmly. And now we have brought the right hand to the head, staying here. We push off with the left hand. And we gently rotate the chest in a spiral towards the floor. And now we push off with the left hand and direct our gaze slightly upward towards the ceiling. Friends, the left shoulder is always turned outward. It remains still. And again we push off with the left hand and we gently spiral the chest, pushing off with the left hand, directing our gaze towards the ceiling. We move the chest relative to the left shoulder, keeping the left shoulder still. And we spiral inward. Place your right palm on the floor, at the level of your right heel. And we begin to shift forward and backward from here. Shift forward and shift backward, and breathe calmly and slowly. We shift forward, we shift backward with the whole torso, forward, backward. Well done. Now walk your hands to your right foot, rising vertically upwards, and move your right leg back. We are now standing on our shins, placing a soft ball between our thighs. Reach up towards the ceiling with the crown of your head, and we will fold again at the hip joints, opening the sit bones. You feel the sit bones moving away from each other, arms along the torso, and we exhale together. We initiate a posterior pelvic tilt, bringing the pubic bone towards the sternum, and reach our arms up towards the ceiling while keeping the shoulders relaxed down. On the inhale, raise the arms to the sides, and on the exhale, tilt the pelvis backward. Smoothly, vertebra by vertebra, we grow upwards. Arms up towards the ceiling, shoulders relaxed. On the inhale, raise the arms to the sides. On the exhale, we lift up. Well done. On the inhale, arms through the sides, and you feel how you seek support in the shins. You immerse your shins into the floor, and from that you will rise upwards. The feeling of wholeness comes from the entire body. The abdomen begins to work actively when we use our legs. We establish a connection from our legs. Lower your arms gently. Carefully remove the ball. Now we step forward with the left foot. We have formed a perfect 90 degree angle. And here we begin to lift the left side of the pelvis and gently lower it. We lift the left side of the pelvis and gently lower it. Lift, gently lower. Please breathe during this, friends. Lowered it so that the halves of the pelvis are approximately at the same level. And now we fold at the hip joints as if pushing the pubic bone back, opening the sit bones, and we touch the floor with the tips of our fingers. You can place some elevations, friends. This way it might be more comfortable for many. And here we begin to shift forward, shift slightly backward, shift forward, to shift backward, always slightly maintaining the feeling that our back is as straight as possible and ensuring it remains so. And we do not round the pelvis. On the contrary, we are constantly opening the sit bones. We pay attention to our left foot. It should always make good contact with the floor. We try not to curl our toes, keeping them elongated. And we have slightly shifted back, gently turned the front part of our foot outward. And here we continue to move forward and backward while breathing deeply. We have now shifted forward again and gently turned our heel outward, moving diagonally once more. Let's carefully observe if there is any noticeable difference on this side, compared to how it felt on your right side. Finally, we've once again slightly shifted back, and gently turned that front part of our foot outward. Shift forward, turn the heel outward, breathe slowly and gently. We are moving now to improve the mobility of the pelvis and the hip joints, stretching the connections from our feet to our pelvis. A very significant amount of work is happening right now, which is very important for the legs and pelvis. We have shifted back, turned the foot outward, and now we are moving here. And now we start moving in the opposite direction. The front part of the foot is turned inward. We move back along the same trajectory, just 2 to 3 movements. Heel in. Let's carefully observe how it goes with the breathing, and deeply while we take our time. The front part of the foot inward, and we are on our feet, friends. We are not hanging on our hands. All our weight is on our legs. In other words, we don't really need our arms. We just hold ourselves up a little. Well done. We have returned to the starting position, and here we move forward and backward. You may feel that moving back and forth has become much easier. We stop in the center, push off with our legs, and grow vertically upwards. And from this position, we then carefully place the right hand to the right of yourself at the level of the right knee. And we start to bring the left hand towards the head and back to the pelvis. Left hand to the head, opening up the entire left side and back to the pelvis. And we keep an eye on our right shoulder. It wants to fall forward. Or we can slightly turn it outward and keep the elbow a bit soft. Hand to the head, to the pelvis. Well done. Let's smile and enjoy the movement. You feel how your hands are connected to your pelvis, and in fact, there is a lot of tension in the chest area when we slouch. This changes the position of our pelvis and also creates asymmetry. Therefore, when we work with asymmetries, we are working with the whole body as a unit, because the entire body is one. There are no separate parts. Everything is interconnected. We take the left arm to the head, and here we push off with the right hand, gently spiraling as we rotate. Now we continue to push off with the right hand, directing our gaze towards the chest, looking up at the ceiling, while the right shoulder, my friends, remains still. We push off with the right hand, gently spiraling as we rotate, continuing to push off with the right hand, turning the chest upwards towards the ceiling. The pelvis stays in place. We rotate the rib cage relative to the pelvis. And we rotate the rib cage relative to our right shoulder. The right shoulder does not pop out anywhere. And with the next time, we gently spiral together. Place your left hand on the floor at the level of your left heel. We begin to shift forward and backward. We slowly and gently shift the entire body forward and backward. Breathe freely in a relaxed manner. Don't hold your breath. Friends, as soon as we hold our breath, it immediately causes stress to the nervous system. Danger signal. We start to freeze. The muscles begin to contract and tense up. We definitely don't need that. We don't need excess tension in our bodies. On the contrary, we are freeing ourselves from it. Well done. We stop. With our hands, we reach for the left foot. We grow vertically upwards and step back with the left leg. Place the ball between your thighs. Bend at the hip joints. Extend your arms along your body. And on the exhale, initiate a wave, vertebra by vertebra, arms up towards the head. On the inhale, arms through the sides. On the exhale, the pelvis rotates with the shins. We immerse ourselves, and from this, we rise up like a wave. On the inhale, the arms go out to the sides. Well done. Feel how you exhale from the lower abdomen. This activates the pelvic floor muscles and the abdominal muscles. Let's do it one last time. We put away the ball, we sit down. Extend your right leg to the side and pull your left leg towards you so that your left heel is at the level of your pubic bone. Friends, if it is impossible to sit on your two sit bones with a straight back in this position, please roll up the mat and place it under your pelvis, lifting yourself up a little. It will be easier for you. The crown of your head is reaching up, and now feel that you are gently pressing your entire right leg into the floor. Gently, friends, without fanaticism, just press down, activate our right leg. You will already feel the work starting throughout your right leg. On the exhale, we lift our arms up. On the inhale, arms through the sides. On the exhale, arms up. On the inhale, arms through the sides. We continuously stretch the crown of our head up towards the ceiling. We sit on the axis of our lower bones with a straight back. On the exhale, we raise our arms up. Now, with our left hand, we begin to reach forward while our right hand goes back. We rotate the rib cage to the right, and we bring the arms back. Now we reach forward with the right hand and backward with the left hand. We rotate the rib cage to the left, and we return, and we continue. With the left hand, we reach forward, with the right hand back, and we return. With the right hand, we reach forward, and with the left hand, we reach back. The war chest rotates over the pelvis. We have the feeling that the pelvis and the rib cage are in some sort of tube, and we are rotating the rib cage over the pelvis. And now we stretch our right hand forward, our left hand backward, and place the right hand next to the inner part of the right thigh, as if we are supporting our right thigh with our right forearm, pushing it slightly outward. Here we begin to reach with our left hand towards the head, opening up the entire left side. Let's stay here for a moment and take a few breaths. Your right hand is constantly pushing your right thigh. The right leg as a whole, sinks into the floor, and we breathe into the left side of the lower back. There we have the square muscle of the lower back. We inhale into it, expanding it from within. And now we begin to gently twist a little in a spiral. Pushing off with the right hand from the right thigh, we direct our gaze slightly upward towards the ceiling. Friends, this is literally a very small movement. We gently twist in a spiral. And on the inhale, we initiate the movement of the chest with the right hand. We gently twist and we gently unwind. We take a moment to connect deeply with our breath, feeling each inhale and exhale. Excellent job, everyone. Well done. And little by little, very slowly, we gradually and slowly grow vertically upwards in an upward direction. Slowly bring your legs together, gently and carefully. Sit comfortably and evenly on your sit bones. The feet are on the floor. With your hands, grab your thighs. Stretch your crown upward towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, we direct the pubic bone towards the sternum. We roll the pelvis back. The chest begins to round out behind the pelvis. Now we start pulling the thighs towards ourselves with our hands. We reach towards the knees with the crown of our head, opening up the entire back. And then we grow vertically upwards. And we direct our gaze towards the chest, forward and up to the ceiling. Friends, do not tilt your neck back. Stretch more with your chest. We return to a neutral position. On the exhale, the pelvis rolls back, directing the pubic bone towards the sternum, and the pelvis rotates between the thigh bones. And now we pull our thighs towards us with our hands, reaching forward with the crown of our head, while still pulling the pubic bones back, rounding the entire back. And we grow vertically. Now we direct our gaze forward and upward towards the chest. We open up into a gentle extension. Returning to a neutral position. Let's do it one last time together. We round our bodies. We pull ourselves up with our hands as if we are taking off a t-shirt, and we open up. Well done. Now we sit down again. Stretch the left leg to the side and pull the right leg, bent at the knee, towards us, so that the heel is level with your pubic bone. And right here at the start, you feel that you are pressing evenly with your entire left foot into the floor. And we are sitting on our sit bones. Reach up with the crown of your head. Your back is straight. If you feel, friends, that it is impossible to keep your back straight, please place a mat or towel under your pelvis. On the exhale, raise your arms up, shoulders are relaxed. On the inhale, bring your arms out to the sides. On the exhale, raise your arms up. On the inhale, bring your arms out to the sides. Raise your arms up and we reach forward with the right hand, backward with the left hand, rotate the chest to the left and return to the starting position. With the left hand, reach forward, with the right hand, reach back, rotate the chest to the right and return to the starting position. Keep the shoulders lowered at all times. We stretch more towards the hand that is moving forward, while not shifting the rib cage in relation to the pelvis. We reach forward slightly with the right hand, then with the left. And now reach forward gently with your right hand and, excuse me friends, reach forward with your left hand and place your left hand on the floor next to the inner part of your left thigh. And feel that you are pushing your left thigh slightly with your left forearm while your left thigh sinks into the floor. And we bring the right hand to the head, and you will stay here. Feel how the area of your lower back on the right begins to open up. How do you feel this tension here? Is it the same as on the left side? Or do you feel a difference? Is it easier here or more difficult? Or is it the same? Just notice. And begin to direct your breath, your inhalation, to the area of your lower back on the right side, to the area of your sacrum on the right side, breathing into that zone. And gently and slowly exhaling, expand from within and mindfully soften on the exhale. And now we gently begin to spiral, pushing off with our left forearm from the left thigh, our gaze directed towards the chest and then up towards the ceiling. Gently spiral and push off with the left hand, looking towards the chest, directing the gaze upward towards the ceiling and softly rotating the rib cage. Breathe calmly. All the movement is initiated by our left hand. It pushes off from the left thigh, and we turn our chest upward towards the ceiling. The left shoulder is always slightly turned outward, which is a good sign. Well done, indeed. And slowly we return the right arm to its place, and we gently come back together. Let's bring our legs together. Sit on your sit bones. Grab your thighs with your hands. Your feet are parallel to each other and facing forward. We exhale together. Direct the pubic bone towards the sternum. Roll the pelvis back. We round our entire back, and now we pull ourselves up by the thighs with our hands. We stretch the tops of our heads towards the knees, and we constantly direct the pubic bone towards the sternum. Then we grow vertically upwards. We direct the chest forward and upward. We move into extension. We return to neutral on the exhale. The pelvis is tilted backward. The chest begins to round as the pelvis moves. And the tops of our heads. We reach for our knees, friends, opening up the entire back. And we grow vertically upwards. On the inhale, we open up. Well done. Let's do it one last time. We grew up in a neutral position. We fold our legs in a Turkish style and we rolled over together. We transitioned to a quadruped position. We curl our fingers and feet. We push off with our legs. And from our sitting bones, we reach up towards the ceiling. We bring our hands towards our feet. We hang. By gently pressing with the feet, we tilt the pelvis slightly backward and align the pelvis, rib cage, and head above the feet. And now, while you are in a standing position, I want you to gently close your eyes once again. Take a deep breath, feel the ground beneath your feet, and let your body relax completely. And feel how you are standing right now at this very moment and just simply right now. How are you currently distributing your weight on your feet? In what position are your knees right now? Right now. Your pelvis is a crucial part of your body. Notice even the smallest changes that have occurred, no matter how insignificant they may seem. The area of your body located between your neck and abdomen, commonly referred to as your chest, is an important part of your anatomy. Is she currently above the pelvis? And is your pelvis above the feet? What position is your head in right now? How are you breathing at this very moment, right now? This concludes our lesson. I apologize, friends, for my cough. Stay healthy. Have a great day, everyone.